Well, hello everyone. It's Crystal with the Your Real Estate Transaction Coordinator YouTube channel with episode number 9 of TC Life Behind the Scenes. So I decided to come to you for this video al fresco. It's a beautiful day outside. I got my big fluffy natural hair going on today. And I wanted to pop in and share with you why I didn't have a video last Saturday. I thought it would be like a good lesson to share with you all about, running your own business as a virtual real estate transaction coordinator. And I also wanted to let you know that I appreciate you being committed to watching these videos. And I know that when you see on my homepage that new videos come every Wednesday and Saturday, I want you to know that I'm committed to that. So I have to tell you what happened with the video this past Wednesday. You know how technology is, and sometimes it's the operator. I have to be honest. This time it definitely was my fault. So I pre-recorded that video that was supposed to happen this previous Wednesday, set it, forget it. And I just happened to check back in Thursday morning and I'm wondering why didn't that video record? And I made a mistake and set it to publish next Wednesday instead of this previous Wednesday. So the video has been published, but it was just a day late. But I just wanted to at least address it because I do want you to know that I'm committed. I know some of you are, you kind of have me on your schedule. So you make time to listen to these videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. So let's talk about last Saturday. So my husband, son, and I decided to take a family trip. And of course, this business is easy to travel with because all you need is your laptop. But this was the first trip that we had taken, you know, that wasn't a car trip. That, the first trip I took with my son. So that was a new experience. And I knew that there would be a lot of unknowns. And I just told myself to be, just kind of be prepared for whatever may happen in regards to how my son handles being on an airplane for the first time, that type of thing. And I actually thought that would be somewhat of the biggest issue if there were to be one. So turns out the airplane was fine, but the hotel was a disaster. So much so to where we ended up having to cut our trip short. And what I mean, no one was, injured or, no emergency room visits, anything like that. But talk about sleep deprivation all over again. And that in itself is torture, right? For those of you who have little ones, you definitely understand where I'm coming from. So the hotel, FYI, just so you know this, if you haven't traveled with your little one before, hotels typically refer to cribs or refer to a pack and play as a crib. So when you call the hotel and ask for, let them know ahead of time that you would want to reserve a crib, they're going to be like, oh yeah, we'll take care of that for you. And you're going to show up in that room and it's probably going to be a pack and play. And many kids don't sleep well in pack and plays, or they don't want to be in them or whatever. And so was the case for my son. He wanted nothing to do with it. So he's also at that age where he's crawling, he's into everything. He is borderline understanding. No, he probably understands it, but just, is tricking us. And so sleeping with him in the bed was basically like not happening. And, you're already tired getting ready for the trip, trying to make sure that you have everything prepared, and being able to not sleep properly and being not realizing that I would need to be more hands-on with him during that trip really caused a setback in regards to some of the work that I needed to finish while we were on trip, because we left on a Thursday. So it was still during the business week. And it really, I have to be honest with myself, it really was a rookie mistake, because I should have, you always have to have a plan B. that type of thing. And I knew that, you know, there would be some unknowns, like I said, traveling with my son. But I think I just had in my mind that I would definitely have these set time frames where I could just, you know, hone in, and like my husband could just watch him for a little bit while I got some work done. And it was just the way that everything happened. And of course, with us trying to make sure we spend time with family, it really didn't happen until Saturday. So I had 2 days of, I'll be honest with you, you know, frustration, because I felt bad that I hadn't prepared a plan B in regards to getting some of the work that I needed to do for transactions. And because I had no idea that, you know, my son would respond the way that he did. So no naps, definitely having fallouts when we were with family, because he was so exhausted. You know, you can't really blame him. And not sleeping well at night. The first night I got an hour's worth of sleep. And so that, you know, he didn't want people really holding him. And so it was interesting and quite stressful, to say the least. But I just wanted to share that behind the scenes moment with you, that, you know, sometimes it really isn't pretty and life happens. But I do say that it was a rookie mistake, because I really should have had a backup plan and have been able to pivot a little bit better than what I did when I was on the trip in regards to asking for like more help. So I ended up doing that right before we left on Saturday. I was able to get some assistance from my husband, and get and finish up the work that I needed to do. So, and you know, obviously I thought that Saturday I would have plenty of time to just pop in and say hey to everyone, and share my video. And as you can imagine, that just, it went by the wayside, like so many other things that I had planned for that Saturday. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I just wanted to just pop in and let you know what happened, why the ball dropped. But I think it's basically a lesson learned in regards to, you know, making sure that I have a plan B. And what that looks like, even whether you're traveling with or without kids, is when you're a virtual real estate transaction coordinator, you know, all you really do need is your laptop and Wi-Fi. And so what you need to make sure happens is, if you don't have a personal hotspot of your own where, you know, you can just plug in wherever you go, you need to just make sure that the places that you're going in your trip, that you're able to check in if you need to. You know, it may be a Friday or something, and maybe there's not a lot going on, and you think you're fine not checking in. But if you know you need to check in, just think about that beforehand. You know, of course, the hotel is going to have Wi-Fi, but if you're spending time at family's residence and you don't have a personal hotspot, maybe ask if ahead of time if they do have Wi-Fi, or maybe just hop into the rental car if you have to and just get over to a Starbucks or what have you. Um, but just think about that type of thing beforehand when you're traveling, when you own this type of business. So I hope you understand. I hope you forgive me. I love sharing these videos with you, because I love hearing from you and your response to them. So I, of course, had to be honest with you and just let you know what happened. So that's why there was no video last Saturday. But I'm back on schedule. I'm back on schedule and very excited to be in my routine again. My son, he's doing great. He's back in his environment. And so he's thrilled. I'm thrilled. His dad's thrilled. We're great. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so by hitting subscribe and ringing the bell. So that way you're notified every time we have a new video post. And if you're not on my email list, you need to do so, please, because I do share member subscriber only resources and freebies to that list. So I'll make sure that I put that information in the description below. And I don't have my Golden Girls cup out with me today because it is a little warm out. So usually I'm drinking tea, but it's a hot, hot, beautiful day. So no Golden Girls cup today to wrap the show up with, but I will I promise to have it with me next Saturday. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to episode number 9 of TC Life Behind the Scenes.